Morning, everyone. How's your morning so far? Can you type it in the chat? Let me know how you're feeling today. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Good morning. So while waiting for Pablo, why don't you type in the chat? How are you feeling today? How's your morning? Um, so that we could, see each other's feelings for today.
That's a great idea.
I'm seeing some people still coming in. Also, while waiting, I just want to let everyone know or remind everyone to please keep your cameras on and make yourself visible to the facilitator so that we could record your attendance. And if you're having some technical issues, please message Kim because she's the one doing the attendance so that we could mark your participation as excused. Now, if you're an alumni or student leader, if alumni, please add alumni before your name. Student leader, please add SF before your name. And also don't forget to put your complete name on your Zoom display name so we could record your attendance correctly. And I'm seeing Pablo's here. Pablo, are you all good?
Finishing a quick setup to go here, so I have everything on the computer. Awesome, awesome. All right.
Hey, everyone.
All right, everyone. I hope you guys could hear me. Cool, cool, cool. So they got me slipping today, so it's on me. I do apologize for that. But like always, we always start with the emotions wheels. The emotions wheels is very important because every day that establishes how you feel, how you're doing, how you're moving forward. So please type in the emotions wheels in a timely manner so we know how you feel. So today I could be, say, um, eager, but I was also a little confused and overall happy though. So what is your guys' opinion? Let me know. So start putting that in the chat. If you want another level of privacy, you could always send it to me directly. All right, thank you guys. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Miss Korea. Thank you. All right. Why is my camera so blurry? All right, a couple more minutes and then we'll get this show on the road with the presentation. All right. Thank you guys for participating. Whoop. All right. Sorry. Cool. Appreciate you guys. So we will be starting the presentation right now. So once I stop sharing. All right. All right. This is what we've talked about recently, adaptability and contingency plans. Right here's what we develop as young individuals to keep moving forward to that. Right now, adaptability is going to be very important for you guys because you guys are generation, the young crowd. Important to understand that. Very important to understand that adaptability contingency is huge for you guys.
Pablo, we cannot hear you.
Mm. You guys hear me now, or it's still?
It's still a little muffled.
Alright, let me see if I can figure it out. So I do apologize for that. Do you hear me now?
No, still no. I think you're asking me.
Yeah, yes, I am. Do you hear me now, or it's still muffled?
No, it's still muffled.
Cool, cool, cool. Let me just take off the headphones. Alright, cool. So you guys, so now you should hear a lot clearer, right, Joanna?
I think that's good. How about you guys? Can you hear Pablo?
Yeah, give me a thumbs up.
Okay.
I'm having a little tech issue jumping around here.
No, I don't think they can hear you as well, Pablo.
Oh shit. This is not cool, but let's figure out. Alright, cool. So if you guys can hear me, please do a reaction. If not, I have to fix something really fast to get it going. Alright, cool. On this. Boom. At least you can hear me. If I get 1%, we're good. So, alright, cool, cool. So we're going back to adaptability and contingency planning. That's huge for you guys because you guys are a young generation going to be dealing with new things in life. So when you're dealing with new things in life, that's where we're that's where we're going to be adapting and growing. And we always contingency plan is having a different option when you're moving around. It's always having a different option, always having a different way to understand life. So contingency plans are huge. So we're going to just go to the next slide to continue everything, but we'll go from there. All right, what we learned last week, we know is to focus on net pay and how to W-4 and taxes and W-2s and how to apply it and how to do it yourselves. So that's very important for you guys to understand. But let's go on to the main presentation. So we'll go to the next slide. All right, Dr. Luna Cornejo, could you please read the first bullet point?
Understand that adaptability is a skill built through mindset and reputation, not personality or talent.
All right, cool. Dr. Janelle Gavio, you read the second bullet point.
Learn how simple. How do you say that word? How do you say that word?
Contingency.
Wait, I can't really hear you.
All right, so contingency would be
Contingency. Planning lowers stress and keeps us focused during unexpected challenges.
all right, cool. And so that all right, cool. Third bullet point would fall on Natalie Pantaleon. Get a chance, Miss Natalie.
Apply flexible thinking and pra- pra- practical. I can't say that word, but backup strategies to increase confidence, problem solving, and following through.
So we go, as you see right here, there's a little level that we're going to focus on adaptability. Adaptability in short is being able to try new things in new ways. So that's really important for you guys to consider. And then contingency plans is have things, if one thing doesn't go your way, you switch to the other way. You develop and you grow the other way. So, and then flexibility is to speak flexible. You guys are in the situation where flexibility is sometimes not what you guys want, but you guys have to adapt. Like right now, I'm having no technical issues. I had a come to the office and do different. That's, I have to be adaptable. I have to find ways to move forward and provide you guys what I need. So that's what's different. When someone doesn't come through, someone else has to fill in the gap, or you have to be flexible and practical ways to back up whatever you got to do to solve the situations at hand. That's really important. So we'll go to the next slide. Adaptability starts with how you think. Adaptability is being able to adapt. Adapt is a human trait that makes us who we are. But the change is normal. We already adapt every day. Our first reaction doesn't have to be our final reaction. Flexibility grows from practice, not personality, and growth mindset makes adjusting easier and shifting from why me and why and what now keeps us moving. So when you guys are developed into this program, it's like that's a key thing about critical thinking, being able to be who you want to be. It's always adapted and adaptability. So that's one of the most important things. Is change is normal. That's something that we're going to deal with for the rest of our lives. The ability to change, the ability to grow. And we already adapt every day. If you wake up late, you adapt. If you wake up early, you adapt. You adapt what you eat, you adapt, and you adapt how you hold yourself in class with different people. And obviously, this is something that I've shown is the first reaction doesn't have to be a final reaction. Just because something happens, you don't have to behave or treat it like something negative or something unnecessary. And flexibility is huge. You got to learn to be flexible with life and stuff. It pushes us to certain situations where we have to be flexible. We have to be able to change and adapt. And like we talked over the years, growth mindset is huge. It gives you the ability and confidence to try new things and adapt, and just everything's gonna be fine. And shifting, a lot of you guys are stuff like, why is this happening to me? Why are problems happening to me? To what now? Like, what now do you have to do to get ahead in life? We're just gonna watch a quick video on you can be adaptable, and here's how. This is gonna be a short one. We're gonna be focused on mindset. We're gonna be focused on different perspectives. So we'll go from there. Once we get this video going, we'll be heading out.
In the depth of the lush rainforest, where nature's hues come alive, we encounter a creature like no other. The chameleon. A marvel of adaptation and disguise, masterfully navigates the ever-changing world. With each step, it overcomes adversity, embracing versatility and resilience. A spark of wonder and curiosity can be seen in its eyes. We're reminded that even the most extraordinary beings thrive on continuous learning and adaptation. One such being isn't found in the lush rainforest, but in the dense concrete jungles. This creature thrives when resilient, adaptable, and capable of transformation. In this ever-changing world, it's time to embrace your colors and be everything you want to be.
Like how you see, the ability to adapt is key to the human nature. It's key to being able to grow and try new things. Like this morning, I had to practice that severely because I thought I could reserve an office to hold this in a more quiet environment, but sometimes we have to adapt. We have to move around. We have to try new things, and then that's exactly what I had to do today. Because I had to change my plans in the morning, change it again, and you just got to adapt and be flexible. But we'll go on to the next slide right here. It'll be a question. All right, think of a time something changed recently and how did you adapt? Put that in the chat. Just think of something recent, something that you really had to change your perspective and change your ways on how to move forward. All right, so let's see. We got about 27 answers. Let's see who we're gonna figure out with first. So if I could please have Miss Chloe Valencia, please unmute yourself and give me your opinion.
I had said that I don't really adjust to adapting, that usually I just cope with time because I feel like after like a long period of time goes by, things just naturally change.
Yeah, but that is a way of adapting though. So it's maybe like understanding that adapting is like, well, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything. But actually being patient about it is a way of adapting because like, all right, I can't do anything now because I used to be a very impulsive person and I would react and react incorrectly. And I found out that letting time pass, you have more time to give yourself time
Yeah.
to adapt or just let it play out and it changes naturally. So no, well said. Thank you so much.
Hmm.
If I could get Bertha Moscoso.
I would say the same as Chloe. Like I'd like wait for time to pass because like eventually like whatever happened, like it'll be in the past, so like you'll just get over it.
And so what happened recently that you had to, just let time pass?
It was like a personal family problem, but like I just like let time pass and then eventually it just got better.
Yeah, that's true. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. And if I could get Jillian Orozco, what's your opinion?
Um, I think just like dealing with it, just going like step by step, just to figure out your goal.
Yeah, perfect. Good shit, man. Let's see. Mr. Cristiano Gonzalez, what's your opinion? You always got the good news.
I approach the change with an open mind and also like kind of being ready to learn and grow.
Yeah, perfect, man. Good stuff, good stuff. And if I could get Natalie Rangel, what's your opinion?
I think just basically what everyone said, just adapting naturally and like finding room to grow and not have like a negative mind to things because then things don't go the way I plan them to go.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Well said, well said. And if I could have Miss Erica Perez.
Um, I put that recently I had to adapt to my sister moving back into our house after college. And I feel like just the way that I adapt with that is just like learning like the new habits she's picked up, like how she's gonna like move around the house now so that I can like adapt with her.
Yeah, that's a huge adaptation. Definitely when you live with someone or you haven't lived with them, you adapt, learn that, they take up space, they make a mess, they clean, and they have their own ways of living. That's actually a great example. Thank you so much. All right, that's awesome. So we'll go on to the next slide and we'll figure it out as we go. We got to be adaptable. So like we're talking about contingency planning helps us stay ready, not stressed. So that's what's really is understanding. Like Miss Chloe and Miss Bertha said, like, sometimes we just gotta chill out really and let stress subside and let things reduce. But also other people brought up this, like you have a contingency plan, simply a backup move. Like if A doesn't happen, you switch to B. You provide that. So we prepare for problems most likely to happen. Problems are exist. That's what's part of being a high school student. That's right about growing up adult. Problems are created. Problems are enhanced. Problems are grown. That's normal. That's being an adult. That's being life. The more problems you have, the more life you're living. So it's the understanding that backup plans reduce panic. And then small and simple backups work better than perfect ones. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. That's really important because we try to overthink it. Definitely at a young age, we get, think too much of things and we overreact. No, like just chill sometimes and take your time on making decisions. And the best backup is the ability to pivot completely. That's like if you're going north, sometimes you have to turn around and go south. So that is huge right there. And then we're going to watch a video on contingency planning, particular, and how to create a contingency plan, how to set up situations where you put yourself in those situations and you prepare and have multiple contingency plans. So that would be it. Once we get that going. And I had to do a contingency plan today because schedules change, people move their schedules, and you got to adapt and you got to grow. So we'll go from there.
Go wrong. So you need to be prepared to deal with the situation, and that means having a contingency plan. So let's look at how to create one. I've split the process of developing and maintaining a contingency plan into 6 stages. And many of those stages have a number of elements. And the same is true of a contingency plan. Whilst it could cover just one contingency, it is most common for a contingency plan to cover a wide range of contingencies. Most organisations will already have an operational contingency plan, and if yours doesn't, I have to wonder, why not? The process for creating a project management contingency plan is going to be very much the same as the process for creating an operational contingency plan. However, I have tailored my approach to our needs as project managers. In reality, however, it's worth noting that smaller, less complex projects are unlikely to need contingency plans. Where you may need this contingency planning process, however, is thinking about particular risks to your project. Because one of the 6 key strategies for responding to a risk is to have a contingency plan, and certain risks will almost demand that you have one. So, here is my 6-step contingency planning process. Step 1, risk assessment. Start with a risk assessment and scenario analysis. Ask yourself, what could go wrong that we need to prepare for? Then evaluate and prioritize the risks or the scenarios one at a time to determine which ones are going to form part of your contingency planning process. Step 2, contingency plan structure. First, determine the strategies that you can bring to bear to address the situations in the scenario or the scenarios that you want to cover. Consider the need for a focus on health and safety, continuity planning, which is keeping the business running after the scenario occurs, disaster recovery, which usually focuses on IT and communications technology, and crisis management, which tends to focus on communications and reputation protection. Your outline plan needs to consider things like the triggers, what it is that will trigger your contingency plan going into action, your first response, who are going to be the first responders and what do they need to do as quickly as possible to stabilise the situation. Tier 2 response, who is then going to take over and who are the sources of authority for the decisions that need to be made to respond to the situation. And, of course, an action list with either a timeline or priorities that will guide the actions of your Tier 2 response. Step 3, detailed contingency planning. Start by thinking about the resources that you'll need. Those you'll need ready at hand as soon as the contingency arises. Those that you'll need to be able to gather quickly at the time. For people, this includes having call sheets so that you can contact people quickly. And the agencies and contractors that you may need to call upon quickly as well. All of this in addition to the physical resources that you may need to have at hand. For the people involved, you need to think about the roles and their responsibilities and the authority you're going to grant them in the situation. And it's also wise to create an outline communications plan. Who will need to know what, both inside and outside of your organisation? And also, what are the contact details, so that you can let them know as quickly and efficiently as possible. Step 4. Creating your contingency plan. This involves drafting your plan, then reviewing it. And once you've reviewed it, put it to the test, evaluate it carefully, and when you're sure it's robust, submit it for approval and sign-off so that it becomes your active contingency plan. Step 5. Making your contingency plan live. You need to communicate your contingency plan to everybody who might need to know about it. You also need to train the people who are involved in what they need to be able to do. And it's well worth considering whether it is appropriate to hold rehearsals as part of that training. Step 6. Maintaining the contingency plan. Things will change, so subject your contingency plan to regular reviews and revisions if necessary. And maintain the training too. Changes to the plan need training, and indeed changes to personnel, which will happen from time to time over a long period, will require that new personnel are brought into the plan and trained. Contingency plans are only likely to be necessary for the largest projects and the biggest risks. But that said, when you need to create one, it's a straightforward process and well worth the investment of your time.
All right, cool. That really gave it because I was a project manager's field. So it's really interesting when you're looking at that because it's a more formal way of considering the formal aspects. It's really looking at like breaking it down. And project manager is a certificate program or a degree that focuses on establishing the right plans to do that. So it's a very formal one, but it's a very one needed to do that. So we'll go to the next slide. All right, think of an everyday problem that might throw your day off. Not waking up to your alarm, forgetting your phone at home, missing your bus. What are simple backup plans that you could to help you navigate what to do next? So again, what's an everyday problem that you guys occur and that happens, and what's something that you could do to prevent that? Have a backup plan. So I'll give you a couple minutes, put on some music, and then we'll come back to it and we'll open dialogue up for you guys. start calling. We'll start with Natalie Pantaleon. So, what's your opinion?
An everyday problem that I have is sometimes like not waking up to my alarms, or I'll forget to put my alarms, or I'm just like tired and I'll like turn them off and go back to sleep. But like I have a like morning routine where it doesn't take me as long as it did before to get ready. Like now like I have like a strict like makeup routine that's like for school, and then like or like to do my hair or like whatever, because it's like really time consuming, and I still need to like make it to school on time because I live kind of far. So I'm on I'm on like a strict schedule for myself, and like I have to get up at certain time to do certain things and stuff like that. If not, I don't have time to do it.
Yeah, that's really important to do that. That's well said. Well said. If I could get Andres Rosales.
Um, the backup plan for something like not waking up to my alarm would just be like asking help from like family or something, because like it's happened where I didn't wake up to an alarm and I had to ask my mom to drop me off to school.
So you set up backup then. That's good. That's a good one that you could. Thank you so much. Could I have Betsy Ramirez?
A problem like also not waking up on time is like having a backup plan to ask like my mom if she can wake me up, because since she usually wakes up early, she can like I can ask her the day before if she notices that I'm still asleep, that if she can wake me up.
All right, cool. Great idea. All right, Mr. Brian Hernandez, what's your opinion?
An everyday problem I struggle with is when I get home, I end up like falling asleep for a couple hours.
So what's your backup plan for that? To not fall asleep or try something different?
I think just probably not go to my room, not lay down.
So stay out of the room. Once you hit the
Yeah.
room, you're out. All right, thank you so much. All right, can I get Janelle Espinoza? Could I get your opinion?
I think the same issue. I don't wake up like to my alarms, and then my usual backup plan for that is my mom will wake me up because she's up before me.
And she needs to take you to school. So it's like, yeah, all right, thank you so much. I see that everyone's struggling with the morning aspect. Put in the chat, who goes to sleep later than they should? Just put yes or no. Oh, wow, yeah, pretty much 95% of you guys go to sleep later than you should, and obviously that affects when you wake up. I know it does that. I went to sleep at 2 in the morning, and I woke up at 6 in the morning. So it's like I understand. If we sleep in 15 minutes, half hour, it makes it always easier. But that's interesting. I just want to know that for my personal input. So we'll go to the next slide. All right, ability plus adaptability plus contingency planning make us more confident and capable. Confidence grows when surprises don't derail us. Obviously, when we get surprised, we overreact, underreact, or we don't do the right thing. So it's important. Once you build up that, you know what to do. It's easier. We perform better when we expect change. The only thing constant in life is change. If life's not changing, you're not living life. So it's very important to consider that. When you expect change, you deal with it a lot better. Focus on what we can control leads to better decisions. In life, we can barely control anything, but we can control our reactions and what we do. Can't control the world around us. So understanding that, focusing on what we control, which is ourselves, is a huge thing. When we talked about backup plans, you have a backup plan, you don't freeze as much, or you don't make too many errors. these skills carry on into college, work, and life, which is the things. But we'll watch a video on adaptability, focusing strictly on adaptability. That'll be the next video. So it'll be the 4 steps of adapting to change.
Welcome to Up Skills for Work. Help build your skills for learning, work, and life. Adaptability. 4 steps of adapting to change. What is adaptability? Adaptability is a skill. It's feeling okay when you have to change how you think or act. Being adaptable helps you deal with life's ups and downs, and it can make you a more valuable employee. Adapting to change can take time, but it's an important skill you can learn. Here are 4 common steps of adapting to change. Step 1. You feel uncomfortable. Step 2. You try to understand the change. Step 3. You think about how you will adapt. Step 4. You adapt to the change. Keeping these steps in mind can help you stay calm and positive. Youssef works in a factory. His manager sends him an email. The company is changing everyone's work schedule. Youssef will need to start his shift earlier in the morning. The way you usually do things, your routine, is comfortable. A change in your routine can make you feel uncomfortable. Youssef is unhappy. He likes working 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and the people he works with on the shift. He likes that he can drop his son off at school on his way to work. Youssef tells Ken, his coworker, that he doesn't like the shift change. Ken reminds him that the new schedule might be hard at first, but there are things Youssef can do to adapt. So Youssef tries to understand what the change will mean for him at home and at work. Will he need before-school care for his son? How early will he need to wake up each day? Who will he be working with on the new shift? Next, Youssef starts to think about how he'll adapt to the change in schedule. He calls the before care program at his son's school to see if there's room. He realizes that he'll need to go to bed earlier each night, and he thinks about how working with new people might be interesting. After a few months, Youssef is used to the new schedule, and he has a new routine. He has adapted to the change. Change can be difficult. Being adaptable means you have to change the way you think, act, and maybe your routine. But adaptability is a valuable skill in both work and life. With time and practice, you can improve your adaptability skills. To create a plan to improve your learning skills for work and life.
So that brought like just very simple aspects. Adaptability. It just makes it easy. I'm just gonna hone in this because adaptability, the ability to adapt, critical thinking, and growth mindset will provide you the foundation to do great in school, to do great in your personal relationships, to do great in life in general. But it takes time. So when we aren't surprised, if we expect change, it makes it a little bit easier. And as we grow older, we experience more because experience is a lot more important than actual education. Because a lot of people are educated, but they're socially or street smarts, they lack it. So you need a combination of both. So that's what it would go to. So we would go to the next slide and next question. All right, what is one area in life where being more adaptable or having simple backup plan would make you feel more confident and control? So again, what's one thing in your personal life that you feel could need a backup plan? And it could make you feel confident knowing that if something doesn't happen, you know what to do. So we put that in the chat, we'll put on some music and go from there. a couple more of you guys. We're still missing like half, so if we could get that pushed out, we'd be highly grateful. All right. So if I could have, let's see, I'm gonna have Melanie Vega. What's your opinion?
Probably in managing my time wisely.
But
And
why would that make you more confident?
um I think it will stress me out less and things will go like more smoothly.
Yeah, well said, well said. If I could get Roman Bonai Tupa, what's your opinion? Mr. Roman, what's your opinion? All right, while Roman figures out how to use Zoom, we'll go to Gisette Galvo.
What was I answering?
The question that was on there. So what's your opinion on it?
Oh, okay. I feel like I could be more adaptable in school just because let's say like there's a due date or something, I feel like I could do it on my time, but really I can't. Like I feel like I have more time to do it and then realistically I don't.
Yeah, that's as honest as it gets. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Thank you so much. And Desiree Torres, what's your opinion?
I think I could be more adaptable to like planning out my time, like out like with school and then like sports and work. I could like plan those out more and like make sure I give myself enough time to do those things.
All right, appreciate you. What about Ryan Ortega? What's your opinion?
I haven't answered the question yet.
It's all right. You could answer with us. So what's your opinion? Could you read the question out loud?
I would say like mostly in school.
All right. In what way?
Like doing the assignments on time.
And what would help you do the assignments on time? I'm gonna keep asking you questions.
Like having like a schedule where like I know like when everything's due, so I can make sure I'll have it done by that time.
So will the schedule benefit you?
Yeah.
And how will it benefit you? So, Mr. Wright, how will schedule benefit you, Ms. Ortega?
It will benefit me by keeping myself like organized like and on track.
All right, good shit, man. Great answers. All right, since Angelica was laughing while you were doing it, so let's Miss Brandon, what's your opinion?
Time management because I usually get very overwhelmed with a lot of stuff that I have to do after school. So if I manage my time better, then I guess I would feel less overwhelmed.
And how could you feel less overwhelmed?
By managing my time better.
And how are you going to manage your time?
Maybe like also creating a schedule.
And what would be the first two things on your schedule if you created it?
uh, to do my work in time and uh, yeah.
Take your time. We still one more. You're missing one.
Probably just other stuff that I have to do, like meetings for like programs that I'm in.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much, Ms. Brenda. And if I could get, let's see, one more individual, Luna Cornejo. She's half asleep. So, what's your opinion?
I would also say time management because it stresses me out a lot when I don't do things on time. So I would probably also do like a planner or like put it like when assignments are due on the planner so I turn everything in on time.
Yep. Well said. Thank you so much, Ms. Cornejo. All right, we'll go to the next slide. Next class. Let's see, Miss Betsy, could you read the first bullet point?
Learn how choices, overload, mental fatigue, and perfectionism can stall action and create indecision.
All right, say left or right, Miss Betsy.
Wait, sorry, what?
Choose left or right.
Right?
All right, Miss Perez, could you please read the second bullet point?
Practice limiting options, setting helpful defaults, and using simple decision-making frameworks to reduce complexity and gain clarity.
All right, up or down?
Up.
All right, Miss Berta Moscoso, could you please read the third bullet point?
By adding structure and aligning choices with their values, you'll build the confidence to make decisions that support progress instead of paralysis.
All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. So we'll go to the next slide. All right, this is where you get to 3 minutes to make sure you turn in your workbook, and they're going to send me a list right now of who hasn't turned in the workbook so I could encourage you or find out who's slacking on their Mackin and doesn't want to get paid. So here's 3 minutes, and then I'm going to see who didn't turn in their workbook last week. Thank you, guys. right, time's done. Appreciate you guys. And then, I actually want to thank you guys. You guys are the first class, well, since this week that turned in all their homework last week. So I do appreciate you guys. I do appreciate you guys doing in the work. We have a possible Ignite series coming up. Don't know who it is. Might be a cool dude. Might be boring as hell. But if you go, guess what? You get points. You get paid. So that's really cool. That'll be March 2nd. And the student leader forum, whoever wants to put an SL by their name, like Erica Perez, she wants to be a student leader. How cool. And we got one more. Maybe we don't got any more. Well, there's only one cool person in the class, so she took advantage of that and wanted to show that. But at the end of the day, you guys did all your homework. Joanne, is there any more announcements that I need to go through?
Yes, we also want to let everyone know that if you haven't attended the last week's field trip, February 7th, we are extending the sign up form for this top filter February 14th for the Junior Achievement Finance Park field trip. So we currently have 11 spots left. So if you are interested in joining for this week's field trip, please fill out the form in the chat box. And again, if you have any questions or concerns about you champions, please do send a help form. The link will be in the chat box. And for your information, we only do address the concerns from Mondays to Fridays. So keep that in your mind. And we also do have a student guide website where all of the announcements, links, resources for this week's workshop, the workbook link, anything that you can think of is all there. So it's a good thing that you have this saved somewhere on your phone, your browser, bookmarks, and anything like that. So that's all for me. Thank you, Pablo.
Yeah, so since you guys turned in all your homework, you guys could get 5 minutes off. Appreciate you guys. Keep doing that, and then we'll see what other type of luxuries we could provide to you. But you guys did great. I can't complain. You're doing your homework. You're showing up to things. So have a hamburger and enjoy your guys' day. All right, thank you. If you have any questions, stay behind. If not, please leave the Zoom class so I can enjoy my day.